Virgil, Lady, and Trish as playable characters, as well as your normal Nero and Dante. You also have alternate costume. Oh, this is Nero's regular, his alternate, and then you have his Devil Trigger, which would be his super costume, which is really nice. We'll move on to Dante. She got his regular costume, his alternate costume, which I personally do not like. I don't know why. I guess it kind of makes him look like a douchebag, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I don't like it. And then I have his super costume as well. You also have Virgil. This would be his super costume, his regular, and then he's got this alternate, and then he's also got this alternate costume. Lady and Trish, I do not have any of their alternate costumes. So, I thought I did. I do apologize about the slight delay. It's a download, so it takes a moment to switch between the menu screens. So, we shall move on to Virgil. I'm going to go ahead and start on mission 2 so we could skip the tutorial. And I'm going to go ahead and showcase his ultimate costume today. Personally, out of all the characters on here, I like Virgil the most. I think he has the best skill setup. He's got Yamato, which is his default sword. You also have Beowulf, which is his martial arts weapon, I guess. And then you have Force Edge, which is an extra sword that he has. As you can see, I have almost all the upgrades. He also has his summon swords, which is like his gun. The nice part about this is you can hit your enemies and teleport to them, which I very much like. His Devil Trigger, he only has the Trigger Heart upgrade for it. And as for his abilities, he has his speed, he's got his get more orbs, and then he's got his enemy steps. So he doesn't have the most abilities, but as for his combos and stuff, it is pretty good. We shall go ahead and move on to our mission. Alright, now you will notice I do have the, tutorial on. Without the tutorial, you have to, you won't be able to do the prologue. So, it'll skip most of Nero and Dante's fight. Which, personally, I very much like the fight in the beginning. Devil May Cry 4 is my favorite out of all the Devil May Cries. I mean, I do like the classic, the originals for the PlayStation and stuff. But Devil May Cry 4, I think, had the best story. It seemed a little bit more like a story going on. The other ones, it didn't seem like there was really a whole lot. Stories just kind of running around, just defeating all your, all the demons that spawn, and it does have, better controls as you'd expect from it. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and this is his Yamato that he has. We'll go ahead and show you Force Edge, which I kind of like. It does kind of look like the remodeled Rebellion for the DMC. The new one. I guess it would be either considered number 5, or most people just refer to it as a reboot. And then you have his Beowulf, which is pretty good. And his Devil Trigger. With his Beowulf, he actually has wings. I would have liked to be able to see him fly with his Devil Trigger, but Yamato, I actually like his double trigger because I love how Yamato is just kind of like a part of him. As you can see here, it's like actually a part of his arm. And then it's just same thing with Force Edge. So he doesn't have his double. He doesn't have a double jump. You gotta press A and then B instead of just AA for his double jump. I will also show you my favorite ability that he has. It definitely makes things way too easy for playing on this lower difficulty. But on the higher difficulty, when you're doing like hordes and hordes of enemies, it does come in very useful. The issue I find is you can only do it when you have your double trigger and his concentration is at its max. In order to build that up, you got to do your combos and stuff, and you can't take any damage. It has been a while since I played it, so I'm pretty much out of practice. I had completely beaten it on my PS3 when I originally got the game. And I was addicted to it instantly. With Nero, I usually play him on automatic just because I have trouble with his combos and stuff. It just seems like it could be a little, it's a little complicated. I'm really not the best at, you know, moving around with all the different combos and stuff like that. I'm a little bit lazy. I don't play an automatic with Nero or the other characters because, you know, you have your different weapons. You know, I don't have to personally worry about trying to chain a whole bunch of combinations and stuff with just one weapon. I can just pretty much just switch back and forth between the three weapons that he has. Sorry about that. But I could switch just between his different weapons and, you know, chain combos that way. Again, with the Devil Trigger costume, it just, you know, like I said, it just makes things too easy. You can just pretty much clear them out. Again, this will pretty much just clear out all the enemies that are on the floor, in the most part. As you can see, with the Devil Trigger costume, it allows you to, if you're not very good, if you want to just play through and just get the whole story and, you know, or just completely wreck shit, you can get the ultimate costume like this. But I find it just makes things too easy. It makes things too easy, as you can see. I mean, I completely obliterated them, and I didn't get a very good combo for it. The game also does punish you for having the alternate costume. It will not let you get anything better than a rank C. So if you're looking to try to chain and try to get high scores and stuff, the super costume is definitely not the way to go. But it is very nice for when you're doing high level difficulties and stuff like that. I also have the turbo activated, which is something exclusive to the special edition version. It makes everything a lot faster. Your combos, your movements, everything is a lot faster. see, the difference between the two of them is I was actually able to build up some stylish points there. Whereas with the ultimate costume, you know, your chances of being able to make your combos are very hard to do. Yeah, I mean, it does give you a massive boost, but again, you know, it's just a lazy way of just plowing through the levels. I really like it because, you know, the buffs and stuff you get for it. I know the ultimate costume, I believe, is something you do unlock normally. But it's like you have to, I think you have to beat it on the highest difficulty. Which, other than the special edition, it would be the Heaven or Hell, I think. Or the Dante and Nero Must Die. I'm not sure. I never was actually good enough to make it to that high of a difficulty. When I first got the game, I played very heavily, all day, just as long as I could, and I was getting really good at it, and I stopped playing for a while when my PS3 broke. And when I got my Xbox, I just by chance happened to find it on the store, and I had to get it. The special edition, I could play Virgil, which was always been my favorite character. You know, his summon swords are pretty good. And also, one of his upgrades is this, which is really nice. I don't know why I wasn't using it yet. Which is really nice, especially for like when the jungle level. Instead of having to go through and try to take out all of the breakable stuff, you could just chain this and you can run by. It does have a limit, but you can also, which is really nice for the higher difficulties, you can you get surrounded, you can blast your enemies with it. It doesn't last forever, however. I think it lasts a little bit longer in the Devil Trigger. As you can see, you can actually see him a little bit better here. I like Dante's Devil Trigger the most. I think he has the coolest Devil Trigger. I wish they would have given Nero a full Devil Trigger transformation. Because, they did not give Nero a full Devil Trigger transformation. Which, his transformation I do like, but I would have liked to see, you know, the full transformation like this. I would like to see him do a return in a later game. Because I think he's a very well developed character. There we go. Another thing with the Devil Trigger is you don't flinch. Still take your damage and stuff, but you don't flinch. And I'll demonstrate his ultimate attack. If I can get a hit on him. I like to finish off my boss battles with that move because I think it is really freaking awesome. It's almost like something you'd see an anime character do. You know, strike your opponent 1,000 times. You know, and just teleport back in front of you, sheathe your sword. You know, this is, okay, we're done with playthrough number 1. As you can see, I've got some pretty good score, but unfortunately, the game punishes you, and you lose, your Proud Souls, you won't get nowhere near as many, and regardless of how well you do, it'll always give you a rank C. So, again, if you are trying to use the super costume to try to get higher scores and stuff, you will, but you won't be able to get anything higher than a level, than a rank C. Again, I want to go ahead and showcase Dante's Devil Trigger. I'm going to go ahead and move on to 14. Again, I feel Dante's Devil Trigger, I think he has the coolest one. He does. Unfortunately, I do not like Dante's combo system. I like that you can change through your different fighting styles, as well as your different weapons. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and this is Devil Trigger, which we'll get into a spot where we can see it a little bit better. Alright, let's see if we can find ourselves a spot we can get a good look at him. Gonna let me rotate my camera. Alright, here we go. So, he's got kind of like a dragon look to him. He's got the glowing chest. You have his different swords. Let's see, I have, see, I only have the 2 weapons right now. His regular guns, Ebony and Ivory. You also have his shotgun. And then you got Pandora's Box. And I do not have his double jump. I don't have all of his upgrades. Unfortunately, I do not have all of his upgrades or anything. Again, like I said, I much prefer Virgil's combo system and everything over everybody else. Thank you for joining. I will be posting more videos. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you subscribe. Leave something down in the comments if you want. And I will start posting walkthroughs and stuff of this game later on. And thank you for joining.